Hey everyone, hello and welcome, Tony Bing here. Now, I've had a look on the forums and Taskmaster is one of the few heroes that has no kind of preview video or screenshots put up yet, so I figured I would do him next as much as I'm not massively familiar with him. This will likely be a bit of a longer video and one I'll take my time going through, for the reason being that a lot of his skills, once we start changing them via talents, they'll then change in the skill tree, and when that happens I'll go back to the skill that's changed and hover over the tooltip so you can actually see how it now works. Now, I've actually heard very good things about his rework, so hopefully this should be a nice interesting video, this one. But let's start off with Superb Combatant. Now, from what I can see with this tree, none of the actual skills have changed. The mechanics of how they work may have changed, and that's the reason I'll go over each of the tooltips. The first one we have is Foeslayer Strike. This is a basic melee attack. It does a damage bonus based on how much missing spirit you actually have. Next up we have Anti-Heroic Charge. It's just got the usual now standard 4-second cooldown and 3 charges. And then we have Rebounding Shield here. This doesn't have the dot from live, but we can regain that through a talent. It will hit 8 enemies. Then we have Seize, and that's just your kind of standard ranged attack there, cooldown 3 seconds. And then Dismember, which is the Daredevil kind of nunchucks move. And then we have Rending Swings. This looks great. I don't believe this is new, but when I was testing all these skills, I loved the animation on this one. This is a melee spender here, that's what makes it different from Foeslayer. And then we have Cyclone Club, this will slow enemies down. And then Shield Crush, which does bonus damage to bleeding enemies. And then finally we have the signature there, which is buffing so many different things I'm not going to read them off. I'll just hover over the tooltip and talk as I'm doing now, and that gives you time to read them all. So there we go, I hope that was long enough to read all that. So the next section we'll look at is Deadly Marksman. So with this section it's actually just one new skill. However, when we do look at the talents, a lot of these will be modified. So first up we have 45 Caliber, which is a basic range attack. We follow that up with Legion Arrow, which is the equivalent of 3 round burst or 3 arrow burst on Hawkeye, so I have a soft spot for that. And then we have Deadly Volley, which is essentially wave of arrows on Hawkeye. For the new skill we have Stinging Shot, which is Black Widow's new skill as well, so I'll actually show it off in case you haven't seen the Black Widow video yet. There we go, looks great, it fires it out from the wrist, I do like that. And then next up we have Spidey Swing, which is just a kind of standard movement skill there, has a stun as well. And then we have Webnet, which is Spidey's kind of just webbing, it has slow and vulnerability. Toxic Gas Arrow with a weaken, same as Hawkeye's Nerve Gas Arrow. And then Dual Wield, which is a range spender this time with the pistols, 2 instead of 1. And next up we have Evasive Web Sling. So this is a ranged one for Spider-Man and also immobilises the enemy. And we finish up with another Spider-Man skill, this one Web Cocoon, and this will stun the enemy. So we'll now look at talents and traits, and we'll see a lot of new skills getting mixed in here. So first off we'll look at traits, and we'll look at the offensive trait where Taskmaster gets things a little bit different here. So he has Flawless Emulation, critical hit chance 3%. Now the archetype is unique, which of course it should be for Taskmaster. It's Jack of all trades, and with this you gain 1.5% per any attribute, so that will really make certain pieces of gear or procs that can give you +1 to all attributes quite useful. And next up for the defensive trait we have Master of Self-Defense. So you gain health regen when you use a medkit, or additional health regen even. The archetype is Jack of Trades, which is again unique, and that gives him a deflect, defense and dodge multiplier, and he also has the 8-second damage reduction from melee skills. Now for the talents we start off with Black Knight's Toughness, which is gain a damage shield worth 2000 that recharges when you're out of combat. Defense rating 1200 plus an additional 10% defense rating multiplier, so that could really make him quite solid for melee attacks and for tanking. And then next up we have Daredevil's Agility. With this, basic attacks now add combo points. There we go, we can see the combo meter there now. So cooldown powers spend combo points to add 20% damage per point spent, and this also adds dodge rating and dodge chance. And then we have Captain's Strength. So with this you can now accrue serum by using powers. Spend 5 serum when you use a cooldown power to instantly reset its cooldown, and it's deflect rating and deflect chance there. There we go, we can see that there. Now for talent line number 2 we have Captain's Vigour, which is Spidey Swing transforms into Meteor Kick. So we'll activate this, and there's the tooltip for it. It's just melee area attack, simple enough, low cooldown on it. And then next up we have Legion Arrow transforms into Tornado Kick. The actual talent is called Daredevil's Mastery. This can only be activated within 3 seconds of performing a cooldown power, and Seize gains a damage bonus. So we'll activate this one. There we go there. You can see it's 100% brutal strike chance there. And then next up we have Black Knight's Guard. So Stinging Shot transforms into Shadowcat's Pirouette. So this is great, this is a new hero we're stealing skills from. And then Deadly Volley transforms into Sword Slice. So there is Shadowcat's Pirouette. And then next up we have Sword Slice. So this is mental damage, it actually says. I'm not sure if that's a tooltip error or it's intended, and that means you can then start thinking about some hybrid damage options on Taskmaster. Now for the next line we have Double Time. So this is action bonus effect. Attack speed goes up by 100%, and I'll actually show this off because it looks absolutely crazy when you see him attacking with this. So this is your regular attacks. This is the Sig with the talent. Looks amazing. Absolutely love that. So it looks really great to see a hero attacking as quick as that. Maybe there is hope for a playable Quicksilver after all, if we can get attacks going at that speed. Now next up in this line we have Students to Me. So action now also summons 2 rifle wielding students to your side. That's for 23.8 seconds. I don't know if that's maybe affected by power duration, possibly, because it's a very random amount. And then we have Reshoot. So each talent you take that's linked to a different hero reduces the cooldown of action by 5 seconds. So we have Spider-Man, Hawkeye, Daredevil, Black Widow, and also Black Cat as well. And I'm not sure who the Sword Slice with the mental damage is tied in with. Maybe Magic, but I'm not too sure about that. But that's potentially 5 or 6 times you could have that stack in there. And then we have, for the next line, Spider's Strength. So with this you gain a fighting and strength bonus. When you use a range power and a melee power, you're gaining a damage bonus. The duration is 8 seconds in both, and it stacks up to 3 times. So that's to encourage hybrid play there. And then we have Widow's Lethality. So fighting bonus, speed bonus, melee powers gain critical hit and brutal strike chance of 5%. And then we have Hawkeye's skill, which is fighting and intelligence. And then arrow and gun powers have a small chance to trigger Stinging Shot, Freeze Arrow, or Toxic Gas Arrow on hit. Now trying that, the actual activation chance does appear to be exceptionally low, because I was only able to get the Stinging Shot to proc every so often. It may even be broke, it very well could be this early on. But we'll now look at talent line number 5, which is Widow's Grace. So Dismember transforms into Coup de Grace. Let's see, we can see that there. And also Anti-Heroic Charge transformed into Silent Killer. There we go, we can see that there. That's still got the stealth on it. And then for the next talent we have Hawkeye's Precision. So Webnet transforms into Freeze Arrow, and Web Cocoon transforms into Boomerang Arrow. There we go there for Freeze Arrow. And then we have Boomerang Arrow as well there. And then the final talent is Spider's Dexterity. So Seize transforms into Spider Slam. Spider Slam deals 250% additional damage if you've used Evasive Web Sling within 5 seconds. And there it is there. It's all very nice. He actually has a ton of skills now, and the fact that he's gaining damage from all attributes is going to bring up some interesting build options as well. So really quite impressed and quite interested in him now, and wonder how he'll be once he goes live. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's any questions, please leave them below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible, and I'll see you all again soon.